it looks like everybody has. Awesome. So the goal right now of holding these meetings is we want to get information out to you people that are the leaders to make your job a little bit easier. And once these meetings are done, these meetings are going to be videoed and archived on our members only site. And I think Zach said we might be able to even put them on our YouTube channel. Is that true, Zach?
Yes. So this will be archived online for everyone that can't be here to watch later, or anyone that wants to watch again, or for some reason might get disconnected. You can watch on the YouTube channel after this is done.
Okay. So at the end of tonight's lesson, if we can have time for a Q&A, we will. If you have any questions or issues about membership, feel free to talk and discuss this after we have the lesson tonight. So most of you guys, hopefully everybody received an email that had an outline about tonight's script. And it's a thing that's got some questions on it with fill in the blank kind of spaces. And then we're just going to use that as a guideline tonight. So now that we're starting to reopen all across the jurisdiction, we as leaders, we need to get in the game. We got to get active again. As you guys know, back on July 10th, between July 1st and July 10th, with our membership drop this year, we lost about 97,000 members, which was one of the biggest hits we've probably have ever taken as an organization in 1 year. But the good news is that right now, you guys as leaders still have 3/4 of your year left to accomplish your membership goals and to accomplish whatever fundraising goals that y'all have. So the first thing that we talk about is get in the game. To grow your Eagle Area Auxiliary, it starts with who? It starts with you guys. It doesn't start with us. It doesn't start with headquarters. It doesn't start with your membership. To grow your state or province, it starts with you, the leaders of your territories. The first thing you have to do, though, to get in the game is you have to fix something and you have to prepare something. And that thing that you have to prepare is your attitude. I want you guys to all think back about when you were kids and all of your experiences through life. When you were in elementary school, junior high school, if you were on a sports team, all your teachers, any coworkers, any bosses you had, you normally found yourself attracted to the people that had a positive attitude. And it was those people in life that molded you guys into what you are today, that made you the leaders that you are, because you had an option back in the day. Do I hang around people with a positive attitude, or do I hang around people with a negative attitude? And the fact that you're leaders in your jurisdictions today tells me that you chose to go the path of following the people with positive attitudes. Now, to have a positive attitude, what's that do for you in life? What's that help you accomplish? By having a positive attitude, your attitude helps you determine your altitude in life. If you're going to think negative things and do negative deeds, don't expect to accomplish very much or have a very high expectation of accomplishing things. But if you keep a positive attitude and you surround yourself with positive people, your altitude's going to go higher on the things that you achieve and succeed in not only your personal life, but also everything that you do in your Eagle life. In order to have that positive attitude, you have to believe in what? You have to believe that you can. When we grow up, we teach our kids, what do we teach all young kids? You can be anything you want to be, right? We take these young minds from the time they're 6 months old, walking, 9 months. We teach them you can grow up to be anything you want to be. Well, as we get older, as we get the ages of who we are today, if you look at the monitor, okay, we realize that things kind of change as we get a little older. A guy by the name of Tom Rath coined a phrase that said, you cannot be anything that you want to be anymore, but you can be a whole lot more of what you are today. And what that means is common sense. I can't go out tomorrow and become a rocket scientist. I can't go out tomorrow and play professional golf. I can't go out tomorrow and bench press 500 pounds. Just can't do it. It's never going to happen. But Timmy Hoyt can be a lot more of Timmy Hoyt because I have that capability. And all of you could be more of who you are today by putting a little more work, a little more effort in what we're doing. So at the end of that first segment, it's got an exercise. Do my actions align with my beliefs? Yes or no? So you when you get time, answer that first thing when you get a minute. Do your actions align with your beliefs? Are you doing things on a daily basis that show those that look up to you because you are leaders? Do your actions show that to the people that look up to you? And then make some statements, write some sentences down about what you are doing positive and what you're not doing positive. Be true to yourself, because this is how we're going to fix you, because you still have 3/4 of a year left to reach the success of the level and the places that you're trying to get this year as a leader of the FOE. The next thing is your intention. It's called intentionality. What's yours? What's your intentions today? By definition, intentionality is being deliberate or purposive. It's the quality of mental states such as your thoughts, your beliefs, your desires, and your hopes that consist in their being directed towards some object or affairs. So today, ask yourself, what's your intentions with your thoughts in your personal life and for the FOE? What's your intention with your beliefs in the FOE? What's your intentions with your desires and hopes in the FOE? Those are questions you can only ask yourself right now. How do you attack your day? Do you get up in the morning positive? Do you get up in the morning looking forward to getting out of bed saying, man, I'm going to have a great breakfast tomorrow morning. I know what I'm going to have. I got some goals and some issues and some things lined up. I'm going to have a great day tomorrow. Or do you get out of bed going, man, my back hurts. My knee's killing me. Geez, I got to go in and deal with that boss today. You know, how are you getting up each day? Are you passionate when you get out of bed in the mornings? Do you have goals written down? Okay. One thing I want to suggest to you about how you attack your day is you want to have goals. You want to, before you go to bed tonight or any night, take about 10 or 15 minutes and take a piece of paper and keep it next to your nightstand and write down 5 or 6 goals, things that you want to accomplish tomorrow. Sleep on it. When you wake up tomorrow morning, look at that sheet of paper and go over it again. And you might spend the first 10 or 15 minutes rewriting those goals because you thought about some things during the night to either A, make them happen quicker, or B, you found and realized there was something a little more important than the 5 or 6 that you wrote down before you went to sleep. But having goals, having a purpose, having a mission when you go to sleep at night gives you purpose when you wake up the next day. And purpose then leads into passion. I've got a friend that says that if my goals, if I need an alarm clock to wake up in the morning, my goals aren't big enough. Are you passionate about your goals when you write them down? Now, passion isn't personality, okay? Passion is what? Passion is energy, okay? Passion is when you walk into a room, do people walk up to you and want to be around you to listen to what you have to say? Passion is, are you a thermostat or are you a thermometer when you walk into a room? And what that means is, when you walk into a room, are you a thermostat where you walk in and you just, there's not much going on. I'm just going to hang out here and listen to this or talk to that guy. Or are you a thermostat where you walk in the room as a leader and you set the tone? You set the temperature of that room. People walk up to you when you walk in because they know you're a positive person. You got a positive attitude. You got something positive to say. And they're attracted to you because they want that feeling. They don't get it at home. They don't have it their local area or auxiliary. You walk in that room and they're attracted to you. They want to be around you. They like the way that your thermostat sets the gauge of that room. Okay. Passion When you're passionate about things, people always want to be around you. And passion is always tied to purpose. So I want you to think about that. Passion is always tied to purpose. So when you go to a sporting event, if your team's not in the game, yeah, you might care about the sport, but your passion's not as strong as if it's your team playing or as if it's your kid in the game. Even when your kid's on the team, you have passion for the kid's team, but your passion actually gets a little better and stronger when your kid's actually out on the field. So your passion is always tied to your purpose. Surround yourself with people that think the purpose, that think the way you think about the purpose of the things you're trying to accomplish. What's your purpose? What are we trying to get to this week? What are we trying to get to this month? Be passionate about it. And then you'll find out, because of your positive attitude and because of your passion, people will come support you in the purpose that you have laying in front of you. So with that, the exercise I put down was, are you connected with your purpose? When you became state leaders and provincial leaders back in June, you had a mission, you had a goal, you had incentives, you had a mission. Okay. Are you connected with that mission? Are you connected with that purpose today? Yes or no? And if you are, write down the things you're still passionate about. And if you're not, write that down in that block also. Be honest with yourself, because this is how we're going to make you guys better leaders, believing in yourself and attacking your purpose and your mission in life. I want you guys to think about the years it took to get where you're at today. You know, y'all spent a lot of time getting where you're at. Y'all paid the dues. Y'all just didn't become provincial and state presidents and membership directors overnight. You paid a price to get where you're at. You sacrificed family time. You sacrificed sporting events. You sacrificed birthdays and church services and all kind of things because there was a bigger mission in your heart and your life. And that was being there for that cookout, being there for that fundraiser, for that family that lost everything they had in a fire. You paid a lot of dues to get here, y'all. And this is your year. This is your year. You should be reaping the rewards and the benefits. And we're here to help you accomplish that. Now, in order for these things to happen to you, in order for this to stay on track, the next thing we talk about here is you have to focus. You have to have some vision about where you're headed. And the way you focus is you got to look at yourself first. And you want to ask yourself, how do I spend each minute of my day? How do I spend each minute? God's plan, we don't know what it is. God didn't promise us tomorrow to be on this earth. Every minute is a gift that we have from him. So every minute is valuable. And that's valuable in your personal life, and it's valuable in your eagle life. So how do you spend each minute? They say that a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. And a goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. And a plan backed by action becomes reality. So if you value each minute of every day, and you've wrote goals down the night before you go to bed, and you get up with a mission, you have a purpose, you have a passion to accomplish some things that next morning because you've got it written down. You've made a commitment to yourself that this is what you're going to do today. By planning your mission and then accomplishing those goals and tasks that you set, now that becomes a reality of a success. It becomes a win for you that, hey, look what I did. I wrote something down. I committed myself to it. I was passionate about it. I followed through and did it that day. And when you lay your head down on your bed that next night, you can lay it down with self-satisfaction of the positive, great things that you accomplished for you, your family, and your Eagle family. Leave this meeting tonight valuing every minute of every day, because now you truly realize that they are a gift. We're not promised tomorrow. The other thing I want you to take out of this tonight is a message that I gave you guys back in Reno, is that we need to start thinking incrementally, not monumentally. Small disciplines repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gained slowly over time. That was a phrase that was coined by positive mental belief guy John Maxwell. He coined that several years ago. Accomplishing small goals builds success in your heart. It builds success and positive attitudes with the people around you, because you're setting these incremental goals and you're accomplishing them. And then people look and say, hey, he's got his stuff together, man. She's got her stuff together. You know, we've set out these 8 goals this month and we've tackled and made them all. And people need that sense of attaboy, or thank you, or you've done a good job. You have to keep these goals small. How do you eat an elephant? Anybody know how you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So when we look at our membership numbers, and let's say your area or your state dropped 5,000 members, okay? Well, you're not going to go out and get 5,000 members in one day. That's a monumental task. So what you're going to do as leaders, you're going to break it down into incremental goals. And you're going to do that on a daily basis and a weekly basis. And next thing you know, at the end of a month, you've accomplished tenfold of what you could have thought you could have done with eating the elephant. You can't eat him at one time. It's going to take a long time to eat him one bite at a time. So to get to net gain right now, we discussed this a little bit at the convention this year. Net gain, for everybody so you understand it, means that on May 31st, we end up with at least one more member than we started with on June 1st, right? That makes you net gain. So the question is, how do you formulate a plan to reach net gain? So I should set incremental goals, not monumental goals. And that's where it comes in again. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Set small figures to achieve. And at the end of the day, incremental goals reached will give you monumental results. So the way we did that, if y'all remember how I explained it back at the convention, that you divide how many members you need, whether it's for your state or your region or your province. How many members do you need to be net gain on May 31st from what you started with on June 1st? And you divide that by the number of weeks left in the year. This week right now, we have 36 weeks left in y'all's year. Okay. So you divide that, and that will determine how many members you will need weekly in order to reach your goal. Utilize the membership challenge poster. This thing I have on the wall behind me. If you see that membership poster back there, y'all should have one, right? And, okay. You all should have one of those. I've been in several areas already this year in auxiliaries that have that and have it on the wall. You ought to hear the people bragging about, yep, my name's up there, I got 4. My name's up there, I got 7. You know, my name's up there. The biggest I've seen so far was 15. One lady had 15, and she wasn't the secretary, which kind of shocked me, right? Because we know the secretaries normally take credit for a lot of them. Oh, Kimball's up to 12. All right, baby. 21, you go, Kimball. Awesome. So utilize this membership challenge poster, because we're hearing some good things from people out in the field right now. And the other thing that I've been seeing works real good in a lot of area social rooms is both the area and the auxiliary on their bulletin boards have a white easel board, and they write the name of the last member that had a applicant get sworn in. Okay. So Billy Bob, I had one person sworn in last Tuesday. Well, every day Billy Bob comes in, or Sheila, if it's an auxiliary member, every day they come into that social room, while their name's on that board, their first drink is free. And there's some people that sit around there, even the old elbow benders that we need. You know, you got to have those guys that don't ever come to the meeting, but they can fix the world sitting at the bar. Okay. You got to have them too. Guess what? we're finding guys like that sitting there that pound down the drafts all day. They don't like seeing Billy Bob's name up there all the time. And they're actually getting off the bar stools, getting their buddy from the bar down the street to come in and join, you know? And once they join and their name gets put on there, now it's up to us as Eagles to get that new guy trained and taught and instructed on what it takes to be an Eagle, what our mission really is. So utilize that poster, utilize that easel board if you want to. It's a fun thing to do to rib everybody else in the social room. So the exercise for this one is, who can you contact to join our organization? You know, you've got your phone, you got your cell phone, you've got your workmates, you've got people you go to church with, you got people in the grocery store. When you do chicken barbecues, you've got all kind of avenues that you personally, and you can instill in your membership to get out and start going after people to get them back in the fold. Plus, almost every area and auxiliary out there today has dropped several members from failure to pay dues because y'all were closed. All right. Well, we're reopening now. And of course, everybody knows the rule that got changed at the convention this year, that we are waiving the $10 re-enrollment fee up to December 31st, and everybody keeps all their credentials. And then after December 31st to May 31st, anyone that still comes back in that was dropped this past July 10th can renew and still keep their credentials that they've earned during their career as an Eagle. They would just have to be responsible for the $10 re-enrollment fee. And what I'm finding right now is some of the areas and auxiliaries that I've visited in the last month, they said that even after January 1st comes around, that they're just going to go ahead and pay the $10 out of their general fund to Grand, because, you know, it's not the members' fault that the area was shut down for 3 or 4 months. So I think that's a great thing. But that of course is up to your individual area or auxiliary to participate in. So in summary of what we discussed tonight, remember, growth starts with you. You need to attack each day with a plan by having your goals written down before you go to bed at night. Start accomplishing small goals and then build from those and build them into bigger victories. And it's kind of like what Grandworthy President Dave Smith says, you know, his motto this year, if it is to be, it is up to us, right? That's his motto. And Jackie's is, you know, rise to the challenge. Let our legacy live on by inspiring, informing, inviting, and including everyone to work towards making our organization the best that it can be. Now, for all you province and state presidents, I've been asked today, if you would, contact your state secretaries, if you would, or your province secretaries to get their state MMSs caught up, because I think there's a lot of them right now, probably because like some of the states are still closed or some provinces still aren't back to doing their meetings yet. But if you can get your state secretaries and province secretaries to go in and get as much of that information updated, it would really help our compliance department out big time here at Grand. So with that being said, Zach, before we go into any question and answer stuff, have you got anything that you want to input today?
Mainly, I just want to thank everybody for being here. You know, we're trying to do new stuff to reach out to everyone who we can't be in front of in person. Obviously, right now, things are a little weird in terms of us being able to get out in the field as much as we'd like. So this is going to have to do for now. We're also going to be looking at doing some trainings using Zoom. So officer trainings, things that typically we would take on the road. We're going to start looking at ways to do that online. So trustees training, president's training, secretary's training, all that stuff. And basically just looking at bringing more video elements to what we do so that people don't have to wait for us to come to them for training. They can go online and find what they need. And hopefully that, you know, builds a better pool of local officers and state provincial officers, and also inspires some other people to get involved and maybe take on an officer position that they previously didn't think they were ready for. So, you know, this is the first step in probably many Zoom calls and many other video projects that we're going to work on. You know, hopefully things like this as we move along will help us bring those membership numbers up. But, you know, I want to say on behalf of the office, that, this has been a very difficult year, not just for all of us, but obviously for all of you and many of our members. And to see the numbers still rolling in and going up for membership, that's awesome to see. This is a time where it would be really easy for a lot of people to make excuses and sit on their heels and say, right now is not the time to go get people. And our members aren't doing that. The ones that are open, that are allowed to bring people in and initiate them, are doing that. And we're grateful for that. We're happy to see those numbers continue to rise. What we're doing on the back end to assist you in that is, in the marketing department, we are doing targeted advertising that we are putting out in communities where the clubs are allowed to be open for business, and trying to position ourselves as a place where people can go if they're looking to get back out of the house. There's quite a few people that, have been ready and willing to get out there and go wherever they can go. But we know there's also a lot of people that are still hesitant about being out in public and being in places where there might be a lot of people. So this is a situation where our exclusivity as a membership organization really helps us appeal to those people. We provide a place where people can come and have dinner with their family, or enjoy an event, or dance and listen to music, without having to worry about any issues that might arise from the general public being there. We have a unique opportunity to say, hey, if you want to get out of the house, but you want to do it in a way that's safe, and you want to do it in a way that's not overcrowded, we can be that place for you. And that's what we're trying to do. So we continue to monitor the situation in the different states in terms of who's open for business and who isn't, and tailor our approach around what those rules and regulations are. So hopefully that turns a few people out to take part in some things they may not otherwise have done. But we want you guys to use that strategy as well on the local level, and say, if you have a friend that is dying to get out of the house but doesn't necessarily want to go to a public restaurant or a public bar, make your area a place for them to go. Invite them down and show them that you can be a place, where they can get that feeling of being out of the house and things being normal again, without necessarily having to dive straight in to being out amongst the general public. We have a really cool opportunity to take what's happening right now and make it work for us. And that's what we're trying to do at the Grand area, and hopefully, encouraging all of you to do as well.
So, and the reason that we came about with this Zoom, because everybody, especially if you have jobs that you had to go to this during the pandemic, Jenny was putting a lot of hours in up here at membership, organizing those regional calls that we started when I became membership coordinator last fall. And if you guys think about it, there's 16 regions. So she was having to set up 16 separate phone calls. And then when I came into Columbus to headquarters, I was spending 16 hours minimum calling and doing these conference calls. So a lot of time and effort was going into that. And of course, as you know, with 650,000 members, there's only 30 people on staff at headquarters. There's a lot going on in here. And so it was eating up a lot of her time. So when we saw this Zoom situation really become prevalent back in the spring, and then I started taking some training with some Zoom teaching this past spring and summer, I just thought, man, what a great idea this would be, is if we could offer Zoom to y'all so that we can see each other. And we can have, I think Zach said, we can have almost 300 people on this call to where we see each other, and it's a one-time thing. So if your job would prevent you from making this call whenever we do it the second time, not a problem. This is going to be archived. So whatever it is you missed, you'll have the printout that we'll send to you for the guide sheet to go by. And then you can just go to the members only website or the YouTube and log in and watch it. So it'll be there for you and all the membership to watch. So I think this is great strides that we're taking and making. And it's done for very little funds. Okay. I mean, this is what the important thing is we're a nonprofit, and we need to be putting our money to things that we're in business for, and not spending it unnecessarily. So that's what's brought this about. And we're probably going to send you out a questionnaire. Maybe I would think Zach will send a questionnaire out. And as like I said at the beginning tonight, this is the first time we did it. There's going to be some tweaking we need to do to it, but it's a work in progress. And we're equals. We're a team. And I just want to tell you again how proud I am to be in the position I am. I've got to know all of you, and I'm proud of everything you're doing and the time commitment you're making for your provinces and your states. And I'm looking for great things. I'm looking for us to be a net gain fraternity again at the end of this year, because you're great people. Your heart's in the right place and you're working hard. You know, as like I said, we eat that elephant one bite at a time. By May 31st, we'll be finishing the toenails. Okay. So we'll have it done. Zach, you got anything else?
No, I mean, if anyone has any questions, you're more than welcome to ask.
Yeah. We got a question. Anybody got any questions about anything? Just unmute yourself. Okay.
Yeah, the membership posters that you have on the wall.
Yes, sir.
Since every weekend that I have available, I travel throughout the state of Indiana. And if this poster is not posted on the wall, can I get copies so when I travel, I can post it and talk to them about membership at each stop?
Absolutely. Jenny,
Yeah, we can do that
right now, John.
Okay.
Davis. Yep. Yep. She'll send you a kit with them in it.
Awesome. I would appreciate that.
Great idea, by the way.
Thanks.
Anybody else? And of course, if you come up with some questions later, y'all, Jenny Peterman is the easiest one to get a hold of. And she will get back to you directly. If there's any questions about tonight, of course, you have my email and Jenny's. And then we'll probably end up putting the answers to the blanks to the guide sheet. We'll put the answers on the site too. So in case you need to go back and fill them in, or people that aren't on the call today, they can go back and go and check in and read it and see it too. So try and make this thing as user-friendly as we can, man. We want you guys to get the information, be loud and proud, and let you all know that we here at headquarters care about you, and we're here fighting for you every day. So with that being said, I don't have anything else. And if you guys don't have any other questions, again, from the bottom of my heart, Jenny and I and Zach, thank you for participating tonight. And I'll see some of you this weekend in Colorado. I'll see a couple more of y'all in Casper, Wyoming. And then I'll be in Dallas, Texas, a couple of weekends after that. So I'll be out there. I'm hitting the road, guys. So if you need me to come see you, get a request in, and we'll see what we can do to come out there and visit with y'all. All right.
Hey, thanks for putting this on. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Have a great night.
You too.
All right. See y'all.
Bye.